Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video by Reviews on Anything. My name is Peter and today we are diving into the DIY world with a product from Bosch Professional, as you can tell by this blue suitcase. This is the case of the GCL 215G cross laser. As you can see here on the side, it is the G that stands for green, because this is also available in a red variety. But where red lasers were sort of the first generation of usable lasers for indoor DIY jobs, they weren't really bright and weren't really that good in terms of visibility, so these green lasers are taking over. They are more expensive though, so the red ones are still available if you want to do things on a budget, but these green ones are certainly much higher quality, much better visibility, and overall better product. So this is how you get it in this set. I got it with the box. Too bad it's not the modern style L box, it's still sort of the old style Bosch cases, but this is what you get in. I won't bother you with the enormous paperwork that nobody will ever read, but these four things is effectively what you get. This green little plate is for aiming and targeting and making sure everything is straight and level, so you probably never use that either unless there's something wrong with your laser. Now obviously we got to start in the middle with the laser itself. I will show you a bit later in the video how it exactly looks like on the wall, inside and out, so you can actually have a bit of a visual impression of what that's like. Obviously we got the horizontal and the vertical laser, and here on the top and bottom there's also a plumb laser. Little red dot that goes from the top through the bottom, so if you want to make sure a spot is directly over some other spot, then you can use that. Also included 3 batteries that were in the package already. Obviously I put them in here already. The whole thing is water and dust resistant, so it's certainly not waterproof or anything, but this will definitely survive any kind of DIY environment and probably a professional building yard as well. On the bottom, 2 mounting points for tripods, both the large and the regular photography tripods. And this is the genius part of this system. You can slide it into this sort of chair or shoe, so you have a little mini tripod for your laser that you can actually swivel around and aim it where you need to. Quite handy, quite cool that it is included in this kit. It also has magnets on the back, which I'll show you in a bit, and this little screw hole, so you can just add this to the wall, put a little screw in or nail, and hang this up. That also goes for this tool. It has a grabber, so you can actually hang it on something. As you can see, it doesn't open very far, so you're certainly not hanging it on any planks or anything, but if you're working in a construction site, there's usually some metal around. And the magnets on the back, they click and it's secure. So this is actually quite nice setup. You can mount this pretty much anywhere you want. There's a little ratchet thing here on the side, a little knob where you can make sure to adjust it for height, because obviously you want this on the correct height. So it's actually quite nice that this is included in the kit, that you can actually get started right away even if you don't have a tripod yet. It's a bit of a faff maybe to find a good mounting point at the correct height, but at least with this you have some adjustment possibilities and you can actually get started. But in all fairness, this is a product that works best with a tripod, because then you can adjust the height to your specific liking, fine-tune it much better, and have a lot more flexibility on where you put the laser. Then we move to the business end, which is this one slider that only has 3 settings, so it's super easy, one-handed operation, also very workable with gloves. It's off, and this is the first locked mode, which means that the lasers are locked in one position and you can just move it around any way you please. You can see that the laser is blinking. That doesn't mean that it's broken, it means that it is not straight and level at this very moment of use, which makes sense because it is not, it's locked, so you can just aim it anywhere. When you go one slide further, as I will show you here, it will actually self-level. Now here is a bit of a demonstration of what it looks like in your house or in any kind of DIY environment. You can see that it has 2 buttons on the back, one to adjust your settings if you want horizontal only, vertical only, or both, and the button on the right is if you want the plumb line, yes or no. On the left you can also see the battery status, and the right red light means that the laser is locked at the moment, which allows me to put it this way, put it any orientation really you want on the tripod if you just want to have a straight line. So that's actually great, really handy in any kind of situation where things being level is not the necessity, it's just being things on the same line. You can see here that the laser adjusts as soon as I flip the switch to self-leveling. Now it is completely level and completely straight. So that is exactly what you want when you want to hang things straight, for example. And you can just adjust your tripod like I'm doing right here, and then the line will move with it, but always self-adjusts and stay level. And that is in a nutshell how you use the device. It is a simple device. This is how it works. You point it somewhere and you draw a line. So, that is what it is. Here you can see how it looks like when I turn the lights off. So you can clearly see that the laser is even more visible. Now, obviously, you won't be working in the dark like this, but it is a good indicator of how bright the laser actually is. Here again, you can see when I switch the lines off, you can turn one line off, you can turn the other line off. Depending on your needs, you can just have one, or you can just have the whole thing off. But probably most of the times you'll be using both because it's a nice way to square things up. Now this is indoors, of course, so this is very visible, no crazy light going on, but it is a very different story when we go outside. Here you can see the laser outside in my garden. You can tell on the left part of the wall that it is on, but the far wall is about 5 meters away, so it's about 15-16 feet. You can't really see the laser that far in normal daylight. Again, here on the wall, no problem, plenty of visibility of the laser when it's not too far away, but you can tell as I move it away, it pretty much becomes invisible. With the naked eye, you can still sort of see it, but you can tell that the camera doesn't pick it up at all. It is actually on that little indent in the wall. Not visible, but with the naked eye, yes. With the camera, pretty much no. But this is no way to work. This is definitely not usable in full daylight over a distance for more than 5 meters. The accuracy of this laser, by the way, obviously falls within certain tolerances. That is about a millimeter, give or take, over 10 meters, I believe, if I remember correctly. That is something to take into consideration, but if you are so professional working with margins smaller than that, you are probably looking at different products in a very different price bracket. Overall, I really like this product. It is exactly what I want for DIY jobs in and around the house. The only downside that I can think of is that it uses AAA batteries and it's not some kind of rechargeable solution. But it's a small nitpick, just to keep an extra set of batteries in the case, and all should be well. Other than that, it's perfect for what I need it for, which, like I said, is DIY jobs in and around the house. And since all my tools are from Bosch Professional, it fits nicely into my collection. That is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. That always helps us out quite a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!